Welcome to our Silver Springs area market update. I'm Ron Wilstein, a broker at Keller Williams Luxury Properties Worldwide here in Park City, Utah. We're going to take a look at what's been selling in Park City and specifically in the Silver Springs area of town. I want to mention at the outset that I'm going to try to anticipate your questions, but you may want to grab a piece of paper and a pen or pencil and jot down any that come to mind. And if I don't cover them by the end of the webinar, then shoot me an email at ron@thewilsteinteam.com and I'll be happy to answer your questions. And if you want to call from me, include your phone number and preferred time to call, and I'll be happy to reach out to you, speak to you, and answer any questions that are on your mind. Let's begin by looking at the Park City real estate market and get a kind of an overview as to what's been happening. Over the past 12 months, we've seen 1,397 sales. Now this consists of homes, condominium, and vacant land combined. And this is also all real estate companies combined. This data that I'm going to present to you today is from the Park City Multiple Listing Service, which all broker members give their data to, and so it's pretty comprehensive. So that sales figure is up 12% from a year ago, up 152 sales. Specifically, the time frame that I'm looking at is April 2013 all the way through to the end of March 2014. That 12-month period is depicted by the red bars, and the blue bars are that same 12-month period the year before. Homes sales are up by 7% with 569 sales compared to 531 the year before. Condominium sales are up by 15%, climbing from 539 sales up to 621 sales, and the lot market has been the strongest with an increase of 18%, climbing from 175 sales up to 207 during the past 12 months. But everybody wants to know what's happening with pricing. What is happening to Park City values? Well, we're looking at homes to begin with, and these are the median home sold prices for that same time period. I've broken this into Park City city limits and then the county area, otherwise known as Snyderville Basin. In the city limits, the median sold price was $1,100,000, and now it's increased by 14% to $1,250,000. So nice appreciation there. You go out to the Snyderville Basin, you see an increase of 11%, where the median sold price used to be $642,500, and now it's $713,000. When we shift to condominiums within the Park City city limits, it's pretty flat, slight decrease, less than 1%, really $500, going from a median sold price of $490,000 to $489,500. However, in the Snyderville Basin, we see a big jump in values, 24% to be exact, from a median sold price of $270,750 to $335,000. But it's the lot market that has really taken off the past 12 months. In the city, the increase was 31%, from $515,000 up to $677,000 for a median sold price. Snyderville Basin had a similar increase, 30% this time, from $239,000 to $310,000. Now most feel like this increase is coming because the inventory of available properties, particularly of homes, has decreased so much that home buyers are now looking at vacant land to purchase in order to build their dream home because they're not finding it already in its existing inventory. This graph here I decided to show you today because it shows what the market in Park City has done from the very height of the market in 2005 when we saw 2,912 sales. Again, this is homes, condos, and lots, all real estate companies combined. And then it started to drop, and of course we had the mortgage crisis, we had the recession, and it plummeted. It dropped all the way down to 687 sales in one calendar year. That's a 77% decrease from the height of the market. However, 2010, the market started to recover, starting with sales and then later with prices, and we've seen a steady increasing for the last 4 years, and very good sign of the strength and the health of the Park City real estate market. So let's now turn our attention to the Silver Springs area. And when I think of Silver Springs, I'm thinking specifically of Silver Springs, North Shore, and South Shore in this presentation. Home sales in the Silver Springs area, those three subdivisions combined, are up 30% over last year. The previous year there were 20 sales. This current 12-month period, there's 26, increase of 30%. Now I decided to break this into the three subdivisions so you can see exactly where the sales picked up or dropped off. So we have North Shore, we have Silver Springs, and South Shore, and the center chart, it took off in Silver Springs. We went from having 5 sales all the way up to 15 sales, so that's up 200%. However, in North Shore we had 11 sales and that dropped to 6, and in South Shore 25% increase from 4 sales up to 5. Now do keep in mind, for instance with North Shore, that their inventory of available properties to purchase went away, and if they're not for sale then they can't be purchased. But just wanted you to see the allocation of where the majority of the transactions took place this past year in the Silver Springs area. The Silver Springs area, again the combination of North Shore, South Shore, and Silver Springs, are selling at a pace of 1 sale every 14 days. So every 2 weeks we're seeing a sale within that combined neighborhood. That's very, very good. When we look at what our current inventory of available properties are, it's 2 homes in the Silver Springs area, which equates to a 1-month inventory. Now this we call absorption rate, and what we're trying to do here is we're trying to say, based upon past sales and how many we're selling over the last 12-month period, which came to 1 every 14 days, and our current inventory in Silver Springs is 2 sales, we got a month of inventory. That's not very much. The National Association of Realtors reports that a balanced market, one where you have an equal number of buyers and sellers, is about a 6-month inventory. That seems to be the right formula. In resort towns like Park City, they report that really 9 months is a normal marketplace. We're sitting with a 1-month inventory. So it definitely favors the sellers, strongly a seller-favored market. Not so good news if you're a buyer, but it does tell you if you're a buyer, you want to buy quickly because this is the indicator that prices will climb. These sales prices have ranged anywhere from a low of $516,000 to a high of $1,197,000, with the medium sold price of $690,000. Now, you can tell from that there was a random, very high sale at $1,197,000, because if we added up all those sales, the middle number of the median was $690,000. That's a more accurate reflection of the marketplace. But that's up 14%. A year ago, it was $604,000. Now it's $690,000. A 14% increase. That's pretty good. Again, I wanted to break out the prices by the 3 subdivisions we're focusing on in this webinar: North Shore, Silver Springs, and South Shore. And here you notice that North Shore is up 24%. This was the one that had the fewest number of sales that actually dropped off. And as supply and demand works, when supply becomes limited, prices go up. So we saw a 24% increase from a median price of $604,000 up to $750,000. Silver Springs area, the largest of the 3 neighborhoods, saw a 17% increase from $587,000 up to $700,000, and South Shore actually saw a bit of a decrease, 8%, from $615,000 to $568,500. Now, if you would like to receive the specifics on the homes that make up the presentation I just presented to you, you can shoot me an email at ron@thewellsteinteam.com, and I'll send that to you. I'll send it to you as an email so that you'll be able to look at it online. You can look at all the pictures of each home, see all the details, and if you want to print it out, you're free to do that if you so choose. I want to mention as we wrap up how you can go about getting this information whenever you wish. Now, I typically do these presentations, webinars, every 6 months or so, and so they're always current when I'm giving them, but 3 months from now the market will change. So I want you to know how to utilize our website to get a pulse on the real estate market. If you go to bookmark in your computer BuyParkCityRealEstate.com and then / Silver Springs area, or the WillsteinTeam.com / Silver Springs area. It will take you to the specific place on my website which features this neighborhood. Now, I'm showing it to you on the screen right now. This saves you the steps, takes you directly there. Let me just show you a couple things that you'll find here. In this area, you've got 4 buttons here. The green button is watch a webinar for an update on the Silver Springs area. If you clicked on that, in effect, what you'd be doing is watching this webinar. If you want to know what the current sales data is, you would choose that, and I'll show you that in a moment. And that's the quickest way to get a request. The data, the homes that you'll see on our websites, and typically on websites, are active listings. They don't reflect solds or pending transactions. So you need to request that, but if you want details on that which is active, you'll always find it here on the website. And so as I scroll down here, you can see the properties. Silver Springs in the Park City multiple listing consists of Ranch Place and Snyder's Mill, along with Silver Springs, Northshore, and Southshore. I've just chosen to focus on, for this webinar, those 3 subdivisions, but that's why you see several of them there. I'll just pick one of these homes that's in Southshore. I click on it, and this is what the website would do. It would take you instantly to the property. You'll see a lot of details here. The pictures will start to change. Excuse me. And you'll see what the home looks like inside and out. You'll see the price, $712,500 for this home. 4 bedrooms, 4 bath, 3,125 square feet, built in 1993. A lot of good details here, and you can always inquire further by clicking this button or request a showing. Or if you like our website and you want to keep track of what you see and what you like, you can add it to your favorites by clicking that button. Then if you scroll down, you'll come across additional details on the property that you can view. And again, eventually you could ask a question or request a showing if you were interested in that. Oh, let me show you this too, that a lot of people like this about our website. I'll go back to that property. When you're here, you can go to the bird's eye view. If you click on that, it gives you an overhead satellite image, if you will, of the property, and it's highlighted right here. But this gives you the ability to look around, see what's around your property. You can always zoom in on it a bit and kind of move around the neighborhood a little bit. Nice feature. People like that a lot. If you're interested in knowing what has sold, and again, most websites don't give you that, they just give you the active listings, you go to this blue button, send me current sales data on the Silver Springs area. It changes colors when you hover over it. And if you click that, it will take you to this form, and on this form you simply put in your name and address and your email address. It auto-filled for me. You can put your physical mailing address, I should say, in here if you want to receive our newsletter that we send out quarterly. And then you just go down a little lower down, and you would, in the subdivision, let's say you might type in Silver Springs as an example. You could put in North Shore, South Shore, any neighborhood, doesn't matter. The property, you can choose between a home, condo, or vacant land. If you're a buyer, you leave it buyer. If you're a homeowner, you might put it seller. It gives you a little bit different information. And then your comments, you can put, I'm just curious about the neighborhood, whatever it is, and then click submit form, and that will come to me, and I will immediately get you the information you're requesting, so you'll have an update anytime you feel like you would like one. So that's how our website works. Check that out. It's pretty handy on the pulse of the real estate market in Park City. If you're curious about what your property may be worth in today's market, send me an email, and I would be happy to contact you, take a look at it, and give you the details. There's absolutely no cost or obligation. It's just a service that we offer, and let me know if you're interested in taking advantage of it. As I wrap up now, let me just remind you, if you don't already know about it, is every month we present a webinar entitled Park City Market Talk. It's approximately 20 minutes long, and it will cover information like how we began this webinar with an overview of the market. We do this every month so you can see changes as they occur instead of hearing about them 6 months later. And then we like to address different topics on people's minds. It may be stuff that's in the news, or maybe the questions that we're frequently being asked, and we'll address that in the presentation. So it's pretty good information. Email us if you want to be put onto a reminder list. Otherwise, you can just go to the website. The current one is always posted on the homepage. And we've covered over the years a variety of topics, so you can always go to the WilsteinTeam.com and the webinar archive and see some other topics that we've dealt with. But with that in mind, I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this webinar. If you have any questions about the Park City market or Silver Springs in particular, please don't hesitate to give us a call. And I wish you a good day. Bye-bye.